Today on DNVR Buffs Live, it is rough out there right now, but I have 3 things that I think need to happen immediately to stop the flow of bad news. We'll talk about that in just a second.
Let's
go.
Squad. Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. It is DNVR Buffs Live. How's everyone feeling? Friday vibes in the house, baby. Let's get after it. CFP games this weekend?
Love it.
Squad, how we feeling, man? It's Friday.
Could not be better.
I can hear it in your voice.
Thank you.
You sound great.
Right? How happy you are right now.
How we
At
feeling?
least you don't have all of Jag's Twitter going after you, too.
Is that continued into
that.
today?
Oh, yeah. Now I've got Broncos fans mad at me, too.
I mean,
yeah.
more than just Broncos fans mad at you today, bro.
Yeah.
You gave the Jags that small market.
Oh, yeah.
That small market down there in Jacksonville, some extra ammo.
The funny thing is I've been rooting for the Jags all year.
Yeah. You've actually said before this week probably a lot of good things about that franchise over the last.
I didn't say anything bad about them. I just said that I'm not used to seeing them be good. All right. Let's get to it.
Let's get it.
All right. Today on the show, we'll do CFP picks. I put out a Brennan Marion film room. We'll talk about Brennan Marion again.
Heck yeah.
Lots of cool stuff. Talk about the transfer portal, obviously, outside of Colorado. Josh Hoover now becomes the #1 player in the transfer portal upon his decision yesterday.
Is that according to like their sites already?
I think it was at least one of them. I believe it was 247, but I did see someone say that. Kyle Whittingham also said he's in the transfer portal.
Josh Hoover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Today, though, Alex McPherson, Tyler Brown, Gavriel Lightfoot, and now Christian Hudson have entered the transfer portal. Who wants to start?
I can start. Alexander McPherson, losing him sucks.
Yep.
That's tough. That is somebody who we identified as one of 8 cornerstone players a few weeks ago. And now...
Down to 6.
Yeah. I think you're down to 5.
Tawfiq, Alex.
BDS.
Yep.
Yeah, down to 5 now. So that's tough. This is somebody who we had high hopes about coming into the season, and even in, let's call it, limited reps, right? This wasn't a full-time starter, but he played quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And in that playing time, he was really impressive, and he kind of solidified what we thought about him as he came into Colorado. But now that one just hit a little different for me, because this is somebody who we saw as kind of, a 3-star recruit, a former Oklahoma State commit, come to Colorado over some other offers. And we felt really good about him. And when he got his opportunity to play, he looked really good. And now that he's gone, it makes you think, like, there is something about Colorado where its best players, or a lot of its best players, don't want to be there anymore for whatever reason, whether that's money, whether that's coaching staff, whether that's not vibing with the coaching staff, the locker room, etc., or maybe it's just because you went 3-9 and a lot of those losses came in embarrassing fashion. But you have to start looking at, why are these players leaving? If you're Alexander McPherson, you came in as a freshman. You were playing a lot as a true freshman. You ask anybody, they would have told you that, yeah, he's going to be starting for this Colorado defense. He's going to be a big part of this team moving forward. So then you have to ask, why leave? And the answers that come to my mind are the ones that I just mentioned. Money, potentially, better opportunity, or maybe just because you fell out of love with this place for whatever reason. And that is kind of something where it makes you have to look inward. As a coaching staff, as a recruiting staff, why are we losing our best players? And I get like the portal isn't open, so it's hard to offset the bad news with good news because you can't get any good news right now. You can't get any incoming transfers right now. But you lose one, you lose a Marion, that sucks. You lose Tawfiq, that sucks even more. And you've lost some guys who just straight up didn't play this year, and that is what it is. That's inevitable. But now at this point, you're losing guys who you had to do quite a bit to get here. You gave them opportunities they made the most of, and they said peace on their first opportunity to say peace out. And every situation, every player is different. Everybody has their reasons. But at this point, it sucks. It's concerning at this point because you have a lot of work to do when that transfer portal opens. You have a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. And this one kind of changed my perspective on things a little bit here. Because previously, the portal entries that had happened, I kind of heard like, hey, this guy wants this. We have this to offer. We might lose him.
Yeah.
But this one, that's not what I heard. And I'm not going to get into the details of what I heard, but it does change my perspective on what I think needs to happen. And first and foremost, I'm curious if you guys agree with me here. I think that this fan base desperately needs to hear from the head coach right now.
Yes.
Whether that's through a well-off video, a selfie video on Twitter, whatever it is, there's so much uncertainty and it feels really, really bad right now. Yeah. And like you said, there's no way to get anyone to transfer in to stop the flow of bad news. So I think from just a pure like comforting the fans,
right,
it would be great, I think, for Coach Prime to talk.
I completely agree. Especially when you see other coaches around college football right now. Some of them are playing in bowl games, right, so that's maybe why you're not hearing from Coach Prime, but there are other coaches you're hearing from them.
But, and that's the thing, we didn't make a bowl game, so right, there's no press conferences. But the good news is that Coach has his own media team to be able to address the people whenever he wants.
Exactly.
And so that's number one for me, and it kind of ties in with number two, which is we have gotten used to never hearing about what's going on until sometimes, at least the fans, long after it's actually happened.
Yeah.
And so, like, we heard after the season, like, a lot of big staff changes are coming, and some people might tell you, like, oh, they've already happened, and, you know, it's just, you don't know about it yet. I think that's got to stop right now. We need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
There needs to be some sort of press release about the direction of the program and what's happening and what changes have been made. And again, that's something that can feel like, okay, there's a plan here, so things are happening, changes are being made. That at least is a little bit like opens the door for good news. And then the third one, which isn't in the control of Coach Prime on down, but it is in control of the people above, is we need an athletic director. We need that announcement soon. Yeah. Because I think there is a feeling of a wobbly ship right now. And some, like, the idea of like a new leader of the athletic program coming in and kind of steadying everything and stabilizing the feelings right now, I think would go a long way too. Those are three things that I feel like have to happen soon to stop this.
Is that the last part on the AD? Is that more to make the fans feel better? Because okay, all right.
Yeah, and players and all of that stuff.
I hear you.
It's just like I said, it's a feeling of instability
for sure
with what's going on right now because there hasn't been hires announced on the staff.
Yeah, and
there isn't an athletic director right now, and like that's why I said that one third because I think it's the least important. But I do think it would just be like a nice, hey, look,
for sure. No, I
press conference. Like, that actually could be a perfect opportunity. A press conference with the new athletic director and Coach Prime.
Hell yeah. No, I hear you.
I mean, no one wants to hear about the calendar right now. No one wants to hear about money, and I don't think people want to hear right now that when Coach Prime says that everything's going to change after a 3-9 season and changes are happening, yes, it'd be nice to hear about these changes, but this is what change looks like again. Like, it's when people talk about changing everything, and especially after the season they had, like, you're not going to be able to ideally keep every person you want to keep. Like, especially when you're turning over a coaching staff, like, players are going to see coaches go, and people are going to, do what's best for them. Like, it's just, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I hear that. It's just, I understand the frustration from the fan base when you see the team's best players choosing to go elsewhere, right? And I feel like for a lot of people in the fan base, they're like, aside from Julian Lewis and Jordan Seaton, and, maybe you throw JoJo in there, and Zach Atkins, a couple guys who have come out in the last couple of days and kind of reaffirmed their commitment to the program. Like, aside from those, like, few handful of guys, a lot of the guys who were contributors are either out of eligibility or decided to move on. And that's just a difficult place to be. This is happening all across the country at all programs. But again, nobody wants to hear that. Just like nobody wants to hear that money is involved. Nobody wants to hear that type of stuff. But it is the reality. And as it pertains to money, I just found this interesting. I was looking through this earlier today. On November 20th, which is about, 3-4 weeks ago, Amari Miller announced that he was signing with Off Script Agency, an NIL agency.
Yeah.
6 days later, November 26th, Alex McPherson announced that he's signing with an agency. 5 days after that, Tawfiq Byard announced that he's signing with an agency, and all three of those guys have obviously entered the portal. I looked at the website of one of these agencies today, and I thought this excerpt was kind of crazy. Talking about transfer portal maximization program for one of these NIL agencies or whatever. Quote, once you are a family member of one college advisors, you will automatically be a part of our transfer portal maximization program. The TPM program is a service that allows college athletes to explore, inquire, and strategically plan options outside of their current university.
These are the people running the sport. That's
what it is.
Who's running the sport now?
That's what
we don't
it
have
is.
a commissioner. We don't have common ground between the conferences. Whoever decides the calendar, the NCAA, they clearly don't give a shit. They just put this all the same month this year. That's who's running the sport right there.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to put it all on money. It's clearly a part of it, and Coach Prime has even said this. Like, there are multiple reasons why players enter the portal. He believes that money is typically the number one reason. But if you're a program like Colorado was, say, in 2024, that won 9 games, that proved to be a contender in the Big 12 Conference, you're going to get guys who are willing to take less money to stay with your program because they believe in the direction of your program, believe in your coaching.
Arch Manning today.
Arch Manning took a pay cut today.
Shador.
That happens.
Travis.
But again, once you go into 3-9 mode and you win 1 game in your conference, that leeway, that margin of error goes out the window. Consequences of actions. This is typically what happens when you go 3-9. Your best players are typically looking elsewhere.
Yep.
It sucks. And again, I think the coaching staff, the recruiting staff probably has to look in the mirror a little bit and ask themselves, why are our best players, or a lot of them, choosing to go elsewhere when you're on TV every week, on national television every week? These are the questions that have to be asked within, but it's still time. And until the portal officially opens and until the influx of commitments, transfers into Colorado begins, this is kind of where we're at. We're in this period right now.
I don't know how anyone could have took any of the last 15 minutes as positive, but okay. Let's take our first break, and then we'll still talk about the transfer portal. Shout out
Said it was
to
positive.
our friends over at Aura Frames. Guys, time is running out. Whether it's your mom, grandma, sister, dad, grandpa, anyone in your family, really, hit up our friends over at Aura Frames right now and get a great deal on their carver mat frames. These things can be personalized even before you get them, really, too. You can get it wrapped. You can get it with a custom gift message. Also, all you really need to do to have this thing ready to go right out the box, just download the Aura app. You get free unlimited photo and video storage. All you got to do is connect to Wi-Fi and then load that thing up with all the good times from back in the day. And right now, for a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. They were named #1 by Wirecutter. Use promo code DNVR at checkout. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code DNVR. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames are selling out. Get yours now in time for the holidays. Don't waste any more time. Support the show by mentioning DNVR at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Shout out to the best wings in Denver. Fire on the Mountain. Shout out to Fire on the Mountain, man. Best wings in Denver, like I said. And I've been standing on that for years. There's an old TikTok series of me and our CEO, Brandon Spano, going around all of Denver trying out to see who had the best wings, and we landed on Fire on the Mountain. To me, it's all about the sauces. Their sauces absolutely lap the field in terms of variety, just quality. And then, for me, something important is how spicy can you get. They have the El Jefe sauce, which they call insanely hot.
What is it? Where is it on the RK scale?
Very hot. Hot enough to make me sweat, hot enough to
That's legit.
to make me finish a whole cup of water just while I'm having those wings. But man, you need a wing joint that can take you all the way to the top. So shout out to our friends over at Fire on the Mountain. Grab $5 pints on Mondays, all day happy hour on Tuesdays, and they now offer delivery from the Wash Park store.
All right. I mean, in terms of the roster for 2026, this is brutal, man. You need to rebuild the entire damn defensive line at this point.
Defense. The entire
Defense,
defense.
for sure. I mean, you already came in needing a new linebacking core, at least 2 starters. You need at least your starting corners, and you need some safeties now. I mean, of course, you still have Slaughter. You still have guys, but it's hard to count anything as on the roster until we get to the portal closing, which, again, is a little bit less than a month from now.
Yeah. You better get deep in your bag in terms of portal evaluations.
Yeah.
Because there's not going to be a magic $10 million that appears to just go chase the top guys in the portal. You're going to have to win by winning evaluations on FCS players, on G5 players, on potentially lower, or other Power 5 programs. Yeah. But you're really going to have to nail it in terms of how you evaluate the portal. Because, shoot, you're going to have to hit an 80% rate to put that defense back together.
For real. I mean, it's just, and that's tough.
It is really tough.
It's a really tough ask.
At the same time, I think it's important to remember that the defense was bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So it feels easier to rebuild the defense that wasn't good than one that is good.
I completely agree. It's just like I said, it's just a tough task to pretty much ask this recruiting staff to shoot 80%, or better. It's what you're going to have to do because you're going to have to field an entirely new defense pretty much. Like 3 of the 4 cornerstone players on defense that we identified are gone. The entire defensive line is going to have to be rebuilt. All linebackers, we've talked about it. And that just, like I said, puts a lot of pressure. And it's why when you lose guys like Tawfiq Byard, like Alex McPherson, who you almost penciled in as starters, as leaders for your defense next year, to lose them. But it's just where we're at, I suppose.
I don't know what else to say, man.
You haven't said a lot.
I don't know.
All right, let's move on then.
Another team in the Big 12, though, is undergoing big changes, as is every team this offseason. Josh Hoover has entered the portal. TCU is now going to need a new starting quarterback. The Big 12 is going to have at least 4 or 5 new coaches. We went through it the other day. Almost damn near the entire conference is going to have a new starting quarterback at this point.
Reason I asked you about Hoover earlier, about if he's the best quarterback, because I personally think he is, but I don't know if the recruiting sites are gonna agree with that, especially with like Levitt and Lagway and
there's so many in there now. It's just what type of guy do you want?
For sure.
Do you want a dual threat? Maybe not a true dual threat, but a guy who can do both. You're going to look at Levitt and Sorsby. If you want a guy to drop back and throw the football, you're going to look at Raiola, Mestamaker, and Hoover.
Mestamaker too. Damn,
it just is what it is.
For sure.
The quarterback portal is like kind of saturated.
Almost too much.
Yeah.
It's just going to be musical chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I saw today, I mean, what we're talking about, Josh Hoover was the first quarterback that Sonny Dykes recruited to TCU. And Burson, I'm gone. It was fun, coach.
It's a different age, man.
I'm out of here.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Money. It's all money. Like there are the amount of people who are entering the portal that doesn't have to do with money is slim. It is slim, especially good players.
Yeah.
You know, guys who haven't contributed or played, like they're looking for an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who are coming up from the lower levels, they're looking for an opportunity. When you see starters at Power 5 schools entering the portal,
Right.
it's because of money. And it's Josh Hoover is going to make millions of dollars to go to a school that is desperate for a quarterback. And you're going to get more from a school that is desperate for a quarterback than the school that you were already at.
For sure.
And that's just how it works. That's just supply and demand and how the market is. Like if you're a team that is losing your quarterback to the NFL this year and you're a really good team and you feel good about what you have next year, you're going to pay whatever you have to pay to get that position right back on track. And that used to be like something that created parity in college football. It's like, well, you might have the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, but he's leaving next year.
Right.
And then you had to like hope you had a guy waiting in the wings to be able to go right back at it. Now you go to your donors, especially let's say you're in the college football playoff right now and you're losing your quarterback. You go to your donors and you're like, hey, we can get this guy. We think he's almost just as good, but we're going to need $4 million.
Yeah.
$3 million. Those guys are going to be willing to pay. And that's another thing when you go back to Colorado and you talk about, you know, the pain of a 3-9 season. It's a lot harder to say, hey, we need this, we need that, when you didn't perform.
Yeah.
When you're already there, it's a lot easier to start asking people for money. And yeah, of course, it's like a chicken or egg situation. But Colorado already had the egg with a 9-4 season.
Mm-hmm.
And by not being able to follow it up when they were able to get that contribution from those people makes it a lot harder to get it again.
And even after the 9-4 season.
Or especially more. That's the thing, is every year you have to ask for more.
And even after the 9-4 season, they lost guys. They lost Nikhil Green. They lost Colton Hood. They lost guys who they were going to be counting on in 2025, even after a winning season. And as we're talking about money, like, this is the flip side of this, where, again, Colorado's recruiting staff, they got to make their hay, because Amari Miller was making money. And Alex McPherson was making money. And Tawfiq Bard was making money. And now that money is no longer on the books.
Yep.
So you got money freed up now. And you got to allocate that now properly. You have to identify the right talent, whether that be guys coming from FCS, G5, or maybe even another Power 4 team. You have to go now allocate those resources in the right way, and more smartly than you probably did the previous recruiting cycle. Because like I said, you got money. You don't got money. You know what I'm saying?
You're not Texas Tech.
Exactly. But you have enough, I think, to be competitive in the Big 12.
You absolutely do.
But you have to allocate it properly. And you cannot have the misses that you did last year in the portal. And honestly, you just have to be straight up. You have to have a better hit rate, a significantly better hit rate.
And personally, I think one of the strategies that I'm sure everyone will hate unless it works is they're saying, like, let's take that amount of money and have 2 darts instead of 1.
Exactly.
Because you are going to have to hit on a lot of players.
A lot.
So if you get 2 darts with $1 million, you get 2 players, or 1 player for $600,000, 1 player for $400,000, and you hit on one of them, and you're at or near where you were with the player who wanted $1 million, that's fine. And then the other guy ends up being depth.
Yeah.
It sounds good in principle. It sounds doable in principle, but it goes back to you are going to have to hit those guys.
The thing that I just don't understand, man, and the thing that I think is really a big disconnect with the sport right now is these kids when they're sitting at the table in their high schools and they're picking their hats, right? What do they always say? For the next 3 to 4 years, I will be committing to. That's not the case anymore.
I ain't heard that in a minute.
And these like contracts extensions that we're getting this year, like these clearly aren't multi-year deals either. Like this is like, all right, next December we're gonna redo this again. Like,
oh yeah,
we need to find the consistency in that because again, and I said this when we were talking about the transfer portal windows being shrunk down to this one window. Like transferring needs to be a big decision that you make. Like it can't just be right, well, time for a raise, time to just go hit the portal, hit up my agent here, like do the same thing again next year. Like there's just again, it's the same thing we always talk about. There's no guardrails, man. There's no rules. And it's just, there's so many inconsistencies across the board.
And one thing I think is important to note is you cannot blame these players.
Of course not.
If you could play 4 years of college football and make $4 million,
yes, sets you up.
It really sets you up. And especially the other way could be like, okay, maybe you've got $1 million in the bank. You've played 3 years. You got paid $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
And you could triple that
in 1 year for your last year. Yeah.
For your last year, you got one last chance of this. Who knows what's going to happen at the NFL level? Maybe you're a fringe draft pick type of guy.
Yeah.
You could honestly, there's going to be guys this year who probably make 3-4 times this year in college football what they'll make their rookie year on salary in the NFL.
That's why Carson Beck came back. He's making 300 times more than he would have as a potential UDFA late round draft pick.
Same with Darian Mensah today.
Absolutely.
He's going to come back. He just got paid last year a big amount of money from Duke.
Yes, he did.
And he's going to get a raise this year after leading the conference in passing yards.
And he's going to enter the NFL with more career earnings than a lot of players who made it to their second contract even. Yeah. It's insane. Kyle Whittingham also said he's in the transfer portal. Obviously, he's just...
Michigan?
No, but let's talk about it because Kenny Dillingham still hasn't signed an extension with ASU.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Somebody waiting on somebody. I just don't know who the somebody and the other somebody is.
Are they waiting on games this weekend? Kalen DeBoer's name keeps coming up. This game against Oklahoma.
Somebody waiting on something, bro.
I mean, how long can Kenny Dillingham give ASU to match the offer?
I don't know.
He has had ample time to post the "I'm not fucking leaving" video.
Totally.
There's a reason that thing hasn't gone up.
And I know those Michigan boosters are wanting to get a head coach hired.
They're pretty much writing blank checks too at this point.
For sure.
Like they're feeling it. And you want to talk about a team with players who need answers right away? I mean, Michigan's got to be number one at this point with where they're at.
Bryce hasn't entered, right?
Not many, if any, players really have entered to this point.
Probably waiting, right?
Shout out to Biff Poggi. What he's done to this point, man.
True.
But yeah, I mean, the major dominoes in terms of the coaching carousel, potentially the QB carousel, and the transfer portal haven't even really all hit yet. It's crazy. And this is what happens when the NCAA makes everything happen in 1 month. We have college football playoff games this weekend. We just had a recruiting class signed 2 weeks ago. We got guys entering the portal left and right, and the coaching carousel still hasn't stopped. It's still spinning like crazy. It's a complete mess.
What do you think about Whittingham?
And Michigan, potentially?
No, just his whole statement of like, I don't want to overstay my welcome.
I respect it, me personally.
What's going on? You actually believe him? You believe that he made the decision to step down because he doesn't want to overstay his welcome?
I think that's part of the reason, yeah. Especially since they already named his successor pretty much. And he's in the building every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that gets weird. And I think I saw some people in the Utah circle kind of alluding to it. It's like, when you've been there for so long and your successor is in the building and a lot of people like him, they're kind of just looking at you like,
all right, when's the time? Yeah, that's true.
When you head out of here, you know? And I can respect Kyle Whittingham not wanting to do that or not wanting to put other people even through that or put himself through that. So I actually take him at his word because I feel like that's what happens. Like, there are probably a lot of people in that building who are just ready to move on with Scally.
Yeah, Scaly, I think is how you pronounce it. But
that era, for whatever it's worth.
That is idiotic.
Do you think the private equity thing with Utah maybe turned him off a bit? He saw
Why?
that.
That I don't buy. Yeah,
I don't. I'm just
but
throwing things out there. I don't know.
Said that. A lot of people have said that.
Exactly. Like I'm just theorizing. I have no idea why he would. Again,
I think I asked that on the show last week too. I was like, what would even make like, if anything, that would help him in his what he's trying to do
for the short term. I mean, the guy's
theoretically.
66, bro. Like I don't know.
I think he's only thinking about the short term.
Yeah, exactly.
What a weird situation. We're talking about a guy who has done nothing but make them successful, and I can't stand the guy. But there's no reason for them to want him out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
That's a classic, like,
Especially after a great season.
grass ain't always greener. I mean, to me, to me internally, they kind of like just told him like, hey, like, why don't you just, we'll make it so you left on your own terms, but we're ready to keep going. And like, to me, that's worse than Penn State.
Again, bro, how often do you name a successor for a head coach that is going to continue coaching?
I mean, Nick Saban didn't do it.
Like, why even do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think they thought that he was going to retire.
He clearly didn't think that if he's still trying to coach. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
or
where did they
maybe-
get that idea?
When they did that, he's like, yeah, like, probably in 3 years, I'm going to be over this shit. And then
And they were like,
he
"Let's
got to
get
3 years,
ready."
and he was like, damn, I feel like I can
Yeah.
keep doing this. Michigan,
What about him?
Whittingham,
I mean,
you could do exponentially worse.
absolutely, and you're bringing a real adult into the room too, which is 100% what Michigan needs at this point in time. So, he'd fit the style of play they try and do. He's
that's
really
definitely
developed these quarterbacks, these dual threats. I think he'd be great for Bryce. Again, it's just, does he stay for 2-3 years, the duration of Bryce's eligibility, and also, is he a guy to kind of stabilize the program for now? Because you don't want to do this again in another 3 years. I'm sure Michigan fans I'm sick of it. Like the fact that we even had to do this again after 2 years ago, after Harbaugh dragged us through every year going through the thing. So.
I do feel like it's a good fit. Like it seems like Michigan is like the Utah of the Big Ten.
Exactly.
If that makes sense. You
No,
know what I'm
yes,
saying?
very
Ground and
similar
pound,
styles.
play defense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I can see that.
Let's take our next break here, and then we'll get back to a few more things. Shout out to our friends over at Common Spirit Health. Don't let those nagging injuries, keep on going through the holiday season, man. Take care of that stuff right now, and that's what Common Spirit does. They're not just about, fixing those issues. They're about preventative care as well, helping you kind of optimize your workouts and make sure that those nagging injuries stay away. Check out their sports medicine program, including their new sports center in Common Spirit Health in Parker. But these are the folks who, you see every day grocery store. These are your community members, just trying to make sure that everyone's doing well, checking in on you, and also helping you try and be your healthiest and best self. It's not just about fixing what's broken. It's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting you back to peak conditions safely and quickly. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more info, you can visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the mighty future Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends at Taco Bell. I don't know if y'all knew this, but me and Nikola Jokic have something in common.
Both never had a
explain.
quesarito.
Both never tried a quesarito. But I tell you what, that's going to change today, because right after this show, I'm going to go slide to my nearest local Taco Bell for my first ever quesarito, or maybe 2, or maybe even 3, man. Y'all already know that the Denver Nuggets, Jokic, and Taco Bell are kind of cemented forever, connected forever, because obviously when, Jokic was drafted, a Taco Bell quesarito commercial was airing, and it just was the perfect link. But the Buffs boxes, although they are gone, your local Colorado Taco Bell still want to hear from you. Which student athletes you would like to see featured on the collector cups for the 2026 football season? Put your comments in the chat. Let us know who you think deserves to be featured next year. Liv Moss at Taco Bell. Shout out to the squad at TB. You know Bell. We know Bell. Shout out to TB.
All right. So sticking with the head coaching thing, I think this was Brandon Marcello who put this out earlier today. He's got like a coaching tracker for the entire carousel. In the last 3 years, 93 FBS head coaches have changed or fired, left, there's only 136 in FBS.
Right.
Of course, some of these are like multiple teams in this 3-year span. But we're seeing coaches just, I mean, they're either getting fired at a crazy rate or they're just saying, you know what, I'm out of here. And I know a lot of them are, mostly position coaches, are going off to the NFL because they just don't want to deal with this shit.
I think I saw last week that there are only like 4 coaches in the Big 12 who are longer tenured than Coach Prime.
That's crazy.
Currently,
Wow.
which is insane to think about.
That made me think that maybe Whittingham just wants to go to the league. Just coach
Sure.
ball.
I can see it.
Shit, I'd love to just talk ball right now. It sounds great.
But yeah, I think the only Big 12 coaches who have been coaching their current Big 12 team longer than Coach Prime are Aranda, I don't even know actually. I think it's just like 2 more, but like I was gonna say Whittingham and I was gonna say Kleiman, but obviously they're out as well. Campbell's out. Like Coach Prime is one of the longest tenured Big 12 football coaches right now, which is crazy to think about in year 4, which I think just speaks to where we're at right now in college athletics and the coaching carousel. And it goes back to what Coach Prime always says, man, you're either terminated.
Joey.
What's the
Elevated or terminated?
elevated?
Joey
terminated? McGuire, yeah. And I think there's got to be one more besides Aranda.
So, I mean, Kalani, of course.
Kalani, right.
I mean, shoot, man, Campbell's gone.
That's what I'm saying.
Leipold's been there a minute now. That might be the coaches in the conference who are more tenured than Coach Prime at this point. I mean, of course, Kenny came in at the same point.
Right.
Willie Fritz, I think, was the year after, or was it the same year?
I think it was a year after.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's the state of just the sport right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. With all these departures on defense too, and with how we know that this program isn't going to release information, at least prematurely, on coaches leaving and whatnot, it does make me think about how much this defensive coaching staff is being shaken up and how it's going to look different next year. Because again, you
have to, though. You were the second worst team in the country when it came to defending the run.
And that would partly explain some of these defensive departures.
Yeah.
And I think that's where some perspective, I think, needs to come into the equation, because nobody was happy with the season that we all just saw
Of course.
unfold. And I think most of us all agreed that a lot of changes, particularly with the coaching staff, had to happen. And when those coaching staffs happen in college football, typically those are accompanied with personnel changes. Players leaving because, this is not the coach who I came here for, or this is not the coach who I was rocking with. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It makes me think that there are going to be a lot of changes on the defensive coaching staff. I don't know if that includes Robert Livingston, but the position coaches, I would assume, are going to be different guys next year. And I think that's maybe part of the reason why we're seeing some of these defensive guys peace out.
Well, yeah, sometimes it goes both ways. Sometimes guys leave because they don't like their coach. Sometimes they leave because they did like the coach and you moved on from them.
No doubt. Yeah.
Most of the time they leave for more money.
They ain't trying to hear that,
I'm
dog.
not trying to hear that game.
I just saw someone making up narratives in there about, Tawfiq's probably leaving because Carter's staying, and Coach Prime is favorable towards Carter. It's like,
Holy cow.
Carter was here last year and Tawfiq was the starter. He left because he got offered almost twice as much to go somewhere else.
Yep.
I would too.
Everyone would leave their job for double their salary.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this Brennan Marion film room?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, a lot of this we've talked about. First thing I'd say, though, and this isn't even related to this film room, just search Brennan Marion Go Offense on YouTube if you have an hour free.
Oh, I have.
I know you have, and I know you have too. But I can try and explain it best I can. But this guy is literally the inventor of this, and he can tell you why things are happening, why he does certain things way better than I will ever be able to. And again, there's so many. He's talked a lot, done a lot of coaching clinic stuff the last 6 years or so, going back to his time at William and Mary, breaking it down. So, I mean, we talked a lot about the formations. 21 personnel. Get ready for that. I mean, there's a coaching clinic out there where he mentions that's his favorite personnel. Running back is immediately one of the most important positions on the roster now. All of a sudden.
He said 21?
21. 21. Just the erring on the side of creativity, man. You talk about the formations and you can talk about, how he puts the backs in there, but watch how he gets these guys the ball, especially the UNLV stuff, because I think that's probably the most fleshed out this offense has been in terms of the quarterback he had, which clearly is a really good player who just re-signed at USC. But also it's like no wonder Lincoln Riley was recruiting him and Julian Lewis at the same time, right? Julian Lewis is a great fit in this system. Maava as a redshirt freshman was a lot bigger than Julian was as a true freshman, but he was only asked to run at most. He only had 11 carries at most in that season. And you got to factor in scrambles with that too, right? It's not like he was asked 11 times, like you were running the ball. And also it's very triple option heavy. So he's going to have just don't even look, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Lock in. The creativity in the run game though, man. He's explained in multiple of those coaching clinics that inside zones like the backbone of the offense pretty much, right? He calls it Pittsburgh and Steeler, I believe. So he grew up a Steelers fan, clearly. But there's power, there's counter. He gets the wide receivers involved on counter. He had a sick play at UNLV, I think against Wyoming, where he motions the wide receiver to the quarterback basically. Right when that happens, the ball is snapped and he hands it off on a counter going where the receiver just came from. A lot of just the run scheme stuff is just awesome.
Bro, I saw one. You did a great job on that.
Thank you.
That film review. One of the plays that I saw a motion that I literally had just never seen before in my life.
The inside zone straight downhill? Is it that one?
I don't think it was a play. I think it was just a screen. Oh no, it had to have been a play. It might have been, bro. It was like a full house backfield. A receiver or running back motioned from perimeter inside. It wasn't that play. But he literally he got into a back pedal, bro.
This one.
In the backfield. And then yes, bro. I've never seen that before in my life.
Straight downhill, too.
Yes, bro. They literally sent this man in motion. He's backpedaling to get in a different spot in the backfield, and they just hand it to him straight up the middle, on the inside. I've never seen that before on a football field. And it obviously worked, but that just speaks to the creativity, the one-of-one football mind that Brennan Marion is.
I've never seen the running back who gets the ball in motion like that.
Me neither.
And you got to imagine, as a defender, as a defensive coordinator, your head got to be spinning. You're seeing that stuff.
Hell?
You don't even know if the motion guy is getting the ball at that point. It's not just about window dressing, trying to, diagnose a coverage or move a guy around or anything. We might give this guy the ball. I love Julian's fit in this system. I mean, we can talk about the running game being the backbone and all that, but the vertical shots being the second pillar of the offense, basically,
Yes.
This offense is straight vertical, and it's in the run game and the pass game. There's so many times I turn on a game and it's they're struggling. This one's first play of the first half, and it's all right, we're drawing up a shot. Ricky White, best receiver, just going downfield.
He was so good.
This was one of the biggest complaints I had, at least about the offense this year, was you just got to take some shots sometimes. I don't even care if it's 4 or 5. And that even might be a lot, but you just got to draw up some shots, and you got to trust your players to make plays. This one, it's they finally get into range, 1st and 10 from the 37. We're going over the top. It's a touchdown. Instant offense type of stuff. So I love how he moves the quarterback as well. He'll do naked bootleg.
And I think part of what makes the vertical shot in this offense so prevalent is because it's a power run football team at its core. And when you consistently run power in zone, in trap at an offense, testing their physicality, it's going to naturally make them play with one high safety, naturally make them play man coverage on the back end. And you get a lot of one-on-one opportunities on those vertical deep shots, which, again, Julian Lewis, that's his calling card. Those deep vertical shots with accuracy that really only he can place it where only his guy can get it a lot of times. And that's another reason why we talked about it yesterday. Receiver. It's not going to be the top priority. It's not going to be the main emphasis, particularly with what we talked about at the beginning of the show, but you got to have a vertical threat, and Joseph Williams certainly is, but you need a couple more. And I think Quentin Gibson can be a different type of vertical threat.
There's one coming for sure.
100%. But yeah, you need a couple of those guys. But I agree with you. A lot of people, they see go-go, they hear power run, 2 back set, and they're like, how can Julian Lewis be a fit for this offense?
option. Is this so gimmicky? Blah, blah. Look, there are a lot of times where the quarterback, and as Brennan Marion said it, like, you don't have to be a great runner. You don't even have to be a good runner.
Yeah.
This offense isn't built about the quarterback running the ball. The offense is built about the quarterback distributing, making good decisions. And even Maeva, as a redshirt freshman, like, the growing pains were so apparent. He threw some really bad interceptions, made some bad decisions. You could see the growth, though. And you could see the potential. I mean, look at he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country now.
Lincoln Riley saw it.
Exactly.
Them interceptions didn't bother him.
Exactly. So, and last thing
Just
you
signed
said.
a new deal.
Exactly.
Makes him the highest paid quarterback in USC history.
Crazy. But to what you said about, people thinking that this is like a power, I mean, it is a power run, but, purely about running the football type of thing.
Yeah.
Especially, drawing defenses up when, like, kind of getting them closer to the line of scrimmage. When you're running 21 and 12 personnel constantly, like, they have no choice but to at a certain point. And this is why they're reliant on these deep threats. You need just great deep threats.
Yeah.
Who are going to track the ball well. They're going to catch the ball. They're going to win one-on-one. They're good route runners because a lot of those deep routes are either, one cut type of thing, double move. Like, you got to be quick and efficient in your movements. So, and then the last part of this film room was just talking about roster construction, but we've talked a lot about that this week. So go check it out if you haven't already. Go become a diehard.
Really quick, what did you think was the biggest difference from him running the offense with Maeva versus other quarterbacks? Because Maeva is definitely the most gifted passer I think he's had before Julian.
I think you could just see the playbook expanding. Like at Sac State, I think you saw a lot more full house, like heavy sets to try and.
He was limited by his quarterback at Sac State.
Absolutely,
if you watch that film,
he was. And I think that's why this offense was brought into existence, is because at its core, it is very quarterback friendly. Because all you have to do is hand the ball off, maybe make a pitch and keep it and run it a few times, and then you got to hit a few deep shots a game, and fundamentally, ideally, that works. With Maeva, though, he's just go watch the film room. First off, go watch him play at UNLV though. When Marion was the OC, it's crazy the stuff that he's doing. Like, it's just ultimate creativity, and I can't help but think that that's going to track over to Colorado because Julian's such a good quarterback. He's going to have ultimate creativity here too.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole gimmicky thing really rubs me the wrong way.
Totally,
because it works.
Yes.
And it reminds me of like big time TV executives calling YouTube gimmicky.
Right.
Like, it's like, no, dude, this is just the way the world is going. Creativity, multi-dimensional offenses. We don't need to just go in to spread it out and run flood concepts. Like, there's so many different ways to run offense. It doesn't. You can still run mesh. You can run it from a different formation than you're used to, than the same old shit that everyone's just been doing.
You could run mesh out of two running backs out of the backfield, like Brennan Marion.
Yes.
Do, yeah.
And to me, calling it gimmicky is a stuck in the mud way of looking at true innovation. It's football. It's power football. Yep. It just looks different than what people are used to, and they're like, oh, it's gimmicky. No, it's just harder to defend because people haven't defended that exact concept out of that formation 50 million times in their careers.
Right. And then the people who are all gimmicky, what, he just puts another running back next to the other? Yes, brother. Have you, like, all these innovations in football? Read option. It was a handoff. Instead, the quarterback can just keep it. Like,
totally. And
RPOs. Like,
I remember when RPOs first started making their way into the NFL, and like the Eagles with Carson Wentz were one of the first teams that were like really adopting it. And they're running this college offense.
Yes.
Well, they went to the Super Bowl and they won.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It was college offense with some like bad word to try and say it's another way of saying it's gimmicky. It's like, no, it's just new. And people are going to find ways to come up with little words that put that down. It's not gimmicky. It's football. It's just not what you're used to.
Exactly. Which, again, go listen to Brennan Marion speak on YouTube. Because, like, we can talk about it again, and I think we do a pretty good job breaking it down. Listen to this man tell you why this thing exists, why this became his offense, why he believes in it so much, and then I think you'll understand a lot more. So last point I have, too, just based on all that, I mean, you've mentioned this before, I think. Marion's got to be fired the hell up for this opportunity.
Yep.
You have Coach Prime, and no one probably wants to hear this right now. Always Colorado versus everyone, right? Like, Coach Prime's been doubted his entire life, and he's actually, taken risks and come out better a lot because of those risks. And maybe Brennan Marion is technically a risk because, again, it's a commitment. You have to embrace Brennan Marion. Why the go-go, the roster construction, all that stuff. He's got to be fired up because if he does this, it's like the revolution is real with the go-go offense. And, his career and what could potentially happen next season just takes off.
Yeah. Has anyone that, Marion has crossed path with adopted this offense and tried to run it
well,
again?
we saw it not necessarily, but
Joe Brady took
yes.
a concept from it. I'm just curious if he has any sort of tree building because it would be cool to see, I don't know, has Sac State hired a new head coach yet?
Yes.
I think they did, yes.
It was Arizona's running backs coach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alonzo Carter, I believe his name is.
It would be interesting to see the tree start to grow. Where when he was the head coach, his offensive coordinator takes the reins and starts running it somewhere else,
Right, totally. All right, we got to take our final break, and then we'll make picks and get out of here. Shout out to our friends over at Chicken in Pickle. You guys like beer?
Love it.
You like games?
Love him.
You like fun?
Love it.
Chicken in Pickle is the spot for you. And check this
You
out.
didn't ask if I like chicken.
Do you like chicken as well?
Love it.
Love it.
Hell yeah. On December 27th, DNVR, are hosting the DNVR Beer Olympics at Chicken and Pickle in Thornton. It's free to join. All you need to do is RSVP. Go to the events page at thednvr.com. Also, you just check out the show notes and description as well. But come hang out with us. We're going to be, crushing some beers. We're going to be playing some games over at Chicken and Pickle. A little pickleball. Have you been on the courts yet recently, Scotty? How's the form?
Not really since the weather has kind of turned a little bit, but I did
You live
dabble.
right next to an indoor pickleball facility.
I do?
Yes, you do.
Where's it at?
Right. Literally, you could throw a pickleball to it.
This is news to me. But I dabbled this summer. It was a good time. It was fun.
Well, if you RSVP now for the DNVR Beer Olympics, you get 2 free drink tickets at Chicken and Pickle. Again, come join us, Thornton, December 27th for the perfect way to wrap up the year. See you there.
And shout out the squad, our great friends over at Coors Light, man. It's Friday, which means the weekend is here. It's rapidly approaching, and it's the perfect time to choose chill with a Coors Light, man. I can't really think of too many better ways to choose chill and sit down with an ice cold Coors Light with those blue mountains that just let you know it's perfect just in time for you to drink, man. Coors Light is cold lagered, it's cold filtered, and cold packaged for such a smooth finish. When you embrace a chill mindset, which a lot of us need to do right now, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. Make the most out of the time you choose to chill, man. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. All you got to do is visit CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Shout out to Coors Light.
Shout out Coors Light, man. It's going to be a great weekend drinking Coors Lights and watching college football.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. We are here. We're still here.
Cameras entered the portal.
Yeah, cameras entered the portal as well. As well as Tawfiq Thomas.
Played in 4 games for Colorado this year. The first 3 weeks of the year, missed about 5 weeks with injury. Came back for the Utah game. Didn't play anymore after that. Former Louisville transfer. Wish him the best.
Yep.
Another body down from the defensive line room.
On that note, though, RJ Johnson tweeted out unfinished business.
Yes.
Buff emoji, hashtag I believe.
All right.
Shout out to RJ. Shout out to Zach Atkins as well yesterday
Yep.
for reaffirming his commitment. He put out a tweet saying, "I'm a Buff for life. We got unfinished business."
He's my guy.
Hell yeah, man.
He's smart decision by him. He's going to be open a lot.
Hell yeah, yes. Love that.
Time for picks. Are we ready?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
We got 4 college football games that we are picking.
Really quick. I don't know if everyone outside of the state knows this is going on, but there's an insane weather event happening in Boulder right now. Winds over 100 miles per hour. My parents are having work done on their house, so they have a porta potty in the front for the.
That thing's flying in the air, bro.
My mom said she literally watched it. Didn't leave the ground, but she said she watched it slide 100 yards out of our driveway into the cul-de-sac.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm glad that thing ain't tip over.
Yeah, but it's me too. It's also, I mean, it's scary because obviously if there's any sort of fire or anything like that, it can just spread at such a crazy rate. So everyone stay safe. No power.
Yeah.
In Boulder. Yeah, I saw the city of Golden said that they could have the power off all weekend.
That is wow.
So it's a crazy times. So everyone stay safe. It's windy as hell down here in Denver, but nothing like that.
Totally.
Did we get an update
on
last week's scores? I covered some ground.
I mean,
there's only 2 games.
Yeah, there was only 2 games. So,
I went 2-0 though.
Yeah, you went 2-0, and I hit the Washington game. RK hit the other.
Oh,
you didn't hit anything, brother.
0-2, baby.
So that puts
you within 2.
Scotty is within 2, yes, and then I am 4 behind Scotty.
I would just like it to be known I already won the regular season conference title.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember us drawing a line.
We already hung the banner, bro.
You go where? I ain't seen that one banner. I thought we was gonna continue this through. All right, okay.
I'm just saying I hung the regular season banner. It's all
okay. So
what
won,
matters in the playoffs is what it's all about.
I won conference championship weekend then, whatever that was.
You won the Army Navy game.
The Army Navy week for sure. Yeah.
All right, SEC rematch in the first round. Alabama at Oklahoma. Remember, these first round games are on college campuses, so this is in Norman. The line is now 1.5. We're going to stick with the 1 on the graphic. Who wants to go first?
I think I saw today that all 4 home teams last year in this first round won.
They
won
glided to victory.
Yeah, they all covered too.
Yes.
I saw they all covered.
Yes.
So obviously that's going to change. Give me Bama to win and cover. I'm going to hammer it.
Wow. Okay.
If we're still doing that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm also taking Alabama.
Really?
Though I do. So I've been to Norman, Oklahoma for a football game once. That's just got to be an unbelievable scene right now.
Absolutely.
Because last year, remind me of the first round games.
Oh my God.
Penn State got smoked by someone.
No, Penn State.
Or did Penn State smoke someone?
I think they smoked someone. Tennessee smoked.
Tennessee Clemson, right? I thought it was like an orange matchup.
Yeah, I think Tennessee
that's what it was.
smoked them. We had Indiana get smoked. I think Indiana got smoked by Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah. Was it? Oh, Arizona State played in the second round because they had the bye because it was conference champions.
Right, it was conference title winners.
I'm just trying to remember if there's been a matchup like Oklahoma, Alabama in the first round yet on campus. Like I think this might be the best one yet.
It was Indiana, Notre Dame. It was SMU, Penn State. It was Clemson, Texas. That was the orange matchup.
Yep.
And then it was Tennessee, Ohio State.
Still some great matchups.
So, yeah, all the home teams won by at least 10.
I'm picking Oklahoma.
All right.
I don't mind it. I mean, I liked Oklahoma most of the year. I really like Mateer. He's healthy now.
He might play the best he's played since before.
He might be.
Since that injury.
Yeah.
I really want what's worse for all of the Notre Dame crybabies, and they cried the most about Alabama, so I am letting my heart get in the way a little bit here.
Fair enough.
Did y'all see what Saban said today about that?
Saban's been on a pretty bad
He
streak
does
of takes
not
recently.
care right now. Nope.
Let me just pull this up real quick. Talking about
His last good take was the CSU one.
talking about letting G5 schools into the CFP. He compared it to AAA teams in the MLB playoffs. He goes, quote, "Look, would we allow the winner of the AAA baseball league in the World Series playoffs?"
Bro, I don't even know the name of the leagues.
He said that's the equivalent of what we do when JMU gets into the college football playoff and Notre Dame doesn't. I mean, I don't want to start any stuff here, but it is
You
what
already
it is.
did, bro. I'm telling you, the health of the sport, the United States of America, we as a people need one of Tulane or JMU to pull this off so badly. Like, the fate of the universe hangs in the balance.
Before we get there, though, we have to talk about this game. I think this is the game of the weekend.
Me too.
Miami at A&M.
Why is it lacking aura to me?
Bro, that line should be 3.5, bro. All I've been seeing is 3.5.
That's the updated line right now. I see on Bet365. It's still 3.
He wants that hook.
I need that
You're
hook.
worried about pushing?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm taking A&M.
I love Miami here. And I've loved A&M most of the year. I'm actually thinking about maybe switching my hammer here.
To Miami?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I get more points here, so I'm going to hammer Miami here instead.
I'm going to take Miami as well. A&M's maybe Achilles' heel is explosive plays allowed on defense.
Sure.
And Baby Jesus is
Baby
out
Jesus.
there creating explosive plays all over the place.
Did y'all see that video of Carson Beck talking to like media today? And there was like a TikTok. You were like, that boy locked in. He looked like he in jail right now. Like, yeah, like the low buzz cut and like no background behind him. Like he literally looked like he was like on a jail call. And they're like, oh, he finna go crazy.
Back got the haircut?
Yeah.
All right. The most important games of the weekend, according to you?
Fate of the universe.
Fate of the universe. Tulane at Ole Miss.
What
Look at
is that
Tulane
logo?
Sheesh.
It's kind of fire.
I thought it was like Holy Cross for a second.
For real.
I want that on a golf polo.
17.5 is the line.
Anyone?
I'll pick Tulane.
Okay.
17.5 is a big number. And I just think the Lane Kiffin stuff is gonna, kind of overhang a lot of stuff for Ole Miss.
Who you got?
The fate of the universe. Taking Ole Miss. This isn't the one.
Give me I think
The way you said
Tulane.
Gimme was so confident. I thought you were ready to say something.
I'll take Tulane to cover.
That's funny.
Last one. 21 points between them. The Dukes of James Madison going to Autzen to take on the Ducks of Oregon.
This is the one, boys. This is the one. This is the one.
don't think
the game
so.
that saves the universe.
Nah, I don't think so.
The game that saves the universe. Give me the Dukes.
I'll take give me the Ducks. The
Alright.
Ducks and
Versus
Dukes.
Ducks.
I'm taking Oregon as well. I'm going to hammer Oregon.
I'm going to hammer Ole Miss.
Okay. There you go. Those are the picks for the weekend. You had Tulane or Ole Miss, sorry.
Ole Miss and the hammer.
You have Tulane or Ole Miss.
Tulane.
All right. See how it goes.
Fate of the universe hangs in the balance this weekend. Someone's got to do it.
Yes, it does. Is this chat just talking or is this...
Drelon Miller has entered the portal.
There you go. Thoughts?
After 2 seasons in Colorado.
Not necessarily surprising, but I will say I liked his fit in the go-go offense. So a little bit disappointing from that perspective is I think the running back wide receiver hybrid Debo thing could work really well in this offense. But at the same time, it was not a good year and it just kind of felt like the vibes were off. So I wasn't expecting him to return.
It's another one of the guys Corey Phillips brought in. Again, kind of inevitable. Scotty?
I just find it funny how they posted a picture of Herman Smith to announce that Drelon
No,
Miller's entering the portal.
They're not the first one to do that.
I know it is a comment. Yeah, I know it's a comment. I just think it's funny.
Oh,
I miss
boy.
Drelon, bro. He had such great vibes
He
as a
did.
person.
He really did.
Always smiling.
How many more enter this weekend?
How many more are left?
I don't know.
I know I'm waiting on at least one. I would say probably 4. Probably.
I'm
Coming in.
waiting. All right, I know of at least 3 more.
Yeah.
Well, We'll be back on Monday.
Like I said, receiver. Get on it.
We are going to it's holiday schedule coming up here.
That's a running back on the roster.
Touche. Touche.
So we will be 3 shows next week and 3 shows the next.
Best of luck to all of those guys.
Yeah.
Especially Tyler Brown. Not especially, but I want to make sure that we mention Tyler Brown.
Shout out Tyler Brown, man.
Who was been through a lot in his life, especially in his football career. And I really hope that he goes and balls out somewhere. And his family also just amazing people. So
Yep.
Good luck to him. Good luck to Drelon, Alex, all the guys who have entered the portal.
Hell yeah.
All right. Man, stay grounded.
Choose
Next
chill
few weeks.
this weekend.
Choose chill. There you go. That's what you should say. See you guys on Monday. Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.